No. It's not working because I choose. Could be, I don't know if it I am within the client network, it might work. Some ports, I think it's not open. So for some reason it's not working. Maybe just, but this is how we configure it. And when we check, like we can check, it will do the distribution. System will do the distribution. It's the distribution will not happen by in GUI. When we connect, it will tell I'm using a log on load balancing. So the SAP system, the backend system, will allocate a server and will let the GUI just connect to this server, and it will get, and our user session will be connected to that particular server.
Okay.
This is how that log on load balancing works. Okay. Front end maintenance. Distribution. Okay, front end types means one is this. We can log in using this GUI. This is the majorly used method. Other thing is for there is something called the same screen. We can also use you can use web browser to log in. I'll just show you. If for some reason WebGUI is not there in any system, we can still use this web browser to log in. But the problem is it will not be like as user friendly when you use a WebGUI, but it's like we'll get the same screen, everything. Sorry?
Your screen got freeze. I think it is not main.
Is it for everyone? Are you not able to see my screen now?
No. We are able to see your screen, but it got freeze on one particular.
Okay, which screen you are seeing now?
We are seeing the Logon group only, and
okay,
and the access.
Okay, I'll unshare and share again. No.
Yeah. Now it is clear.
Okay. See, told like there are different types of front end for SAP. One, the majorly used one is SAP GUI. We can also these screens whichever you are seeing, we can also log in through internet, any web browser. That is called the we can internet based login is also available. So this is one way to log in through a from a browser. So I'm just opening a browser. So I'll get the similar screen in a web browser. But the thing is, this is not as user friendly as you're using a web GUI. Still, you can navigate.
So this is done using as Java, no?
Yeah. It's not Java. This is like using a web browser, and it's something called Java is only in NetWeaver Java. You directly connect to the Java engine. This is connecting to ABAP engine. So this SAP uses something called ITS, Internet Transaction Server, that is built within the ABAP engine. In the ICM and ITS, it is built within the ABAP engine for web-based connectivity. but this one rarely not we will not be using this on a day regular basis. Rarely, so for some troubleshooting purpose, for something if some SAP GUI is broken, in that case we use this web browser to log into the ABAP system, or else um, only we will be using only the web GUI to log in, because this is more user friendly. Navigation is very easy, but here it's not very easy to navigate. See, even they don't have that back button, front button, log on button also, and this is not be very user friendly. So just for a knowledge purpose, we can know this is also an option to log into SAP ABAP system. Now in recent day, something called uh, these two were there for a long time. Now in recently, SAP recent means like 4 5 years back, SAP has released something called Fiori. Fiori, Fiori is something like user interface is like more user friendly interface. I will just show you one example how it looks like. So for if you open these kind of GUI in your these are not, if you see this GUI screen, this is not built for your mobile devices like tablet, your mobile phone. These are not built for those. So if you open these screens in your mobile, uh, you won't be able to read the contents properly. So SAP has come up with something called a Fiori based login. So this is mainly built for both PCs and tab mobile devices.
Okay, so Fiori is basically built for running the application on mobile and tabs.
Yes, which was mainly built for that, but we use it for you can use it from PC also. So it is something like you will, as you see in a tab, you can choose whichever application you want to load, and more it will give like this is mainly built for like any if you want to display any like a graph kind of thing. And on the for maybe someone in the top management, he is attending some conference, he just wants to go and look at the charts before presentation. So for those kind of things will be built in this Fiori. So I think there is a Play Store app also for, there should be, let's see, SAP.
Yeah, it is here SAP
Yeah,
Fiori client.
client, yeah. So you can install it on a mobile and you can use it to connect to the SAP system. And not like when you use this Fiori client to connect, no, you cannot see all the details like we log in using GUI, right? You can't see the all the details like we on a mobile. Fiori is app is something we have to deploy that application whichever you want to connect using mobile on as a Fiori app. So if you see these things, so these are like individual apps. So these are individual apps. They have defined it as a Fiori app and published as a Fiori app. So this will be available in mobile, and they can log into the mobile and check it. So I'll just show you one example. Uh, oh, how that app looks like, what you can see inside that app. Maybe I'll see some monitoring tool. Okay. So I'm choosing one app. Then it will open a screen where we can display those details.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to load.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay, so you'll be getting something like these kind of graphs. So for uh, so these kind of tabs, this would be usually can be easily displayed in a mobile devices. So this Fiori is mainly, it was the main purpose of building it for is to for because of the compatibility with the mobile devices. So it can be used both in the normal browser and mobile devices. So this is how you good. This is an example of a Fiori screen. So this is one way, and there are like just I'll note this down. EGUI browser SAP GUI for Fiori.
So what exactly we are going to search on the web browser to get connected into SAP GUI?
Sorry.
Means what we have to search on the web browser for this to connect to the SAP GUI.
Okay, this one no, you cannot search it. It is like I'll tell you. This is not. This is SAP GUI. This will be called Web GUI. This based on the this will be the server where my SAP is running, and there will be a port number for this, and this would be common. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
So this will not be available from you over the internet because these servers are within the customer system within with intra, within the intranet. It's not available for you, but when you connect it to the customer network or whichever network has this, then you can open these systems using web browser. Since I'm connected to the network, I was able to open this. I was able to connect. I was connected using VPN to the network where this SAP is running. I'm able to open it using GUI or web browser. So you won't get this URL in Google search.
Okay, okay. So means this URL is available inside the inside the SAP GUI only.
Yep.
We cannot
This
get out.
no, you can't. You can. It's you won't get it in Google search and all.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Fiori, and there is something called. These are main three. Apart from this, there is something called NWBC, NetWeaver Business Client. I think I never used it. Um, I don't think just no. There is something. Oh, I think the first three. Those are the main things you need to know. Say PGA for Java or HTML. Okay, overview of NWBC. NWBC, when I have not used it much, it's like a business client. What it does, it is similar to. I'll just tell you the concept. It is similar to GUI. You install it separately, and you use that client to connect to the SAP system and run transactions. GUI, similar to GUI, is configured for running transactions like this. NetWeaver, there are some applications which are developed, which mainly for web browsers. Okay, there are some applications which are mainly developed to be used with web browser. If you see this, uh, I'll show you one application. Okay, if I open this particular T code, if you see this, I'm running it from GUI, but it will open in a web browser. That's because this particular transaction is developed to run on a web browser. So what the NWBC does is, so for these kind of there are some SAP products which they rely mainly on the web browser for all the transactions. So whichever transaction you run, it will run on a web browser only, because it is developed in such a way it needs a web browser to for those transactions. For those kind of systems, instead of going and typing this transaction and it opens in a separate web browser, NWBC is something. You install it similar to SAP GUI, and you open NWBC and connect to the SAP system, and from there you run those transactions. So it will not open in a separate browser window. It will open within a NWBC itself, which is mainly supporting for this web browser kind of transactions. But even I have not used it much. Very few customers use it, I think.
Okay.
Um, okay. Okay, maybe we'll go again this logon balancing thing for again, because this is important. What this logon balancing is. See here, if you see, I'm taking example of this system. There is only there is only one server in this system. So if I go and check the SMLG, this is the T code for logon groups. So there is only one logon group is maintained, and only one server is assigned. So if you for this system, if I connect using directly to this application server or logon group, it doesn't matter. Either way, it will take me to the this only one server. This logon groups is important only in these kind of scenarios where there are more than one server. So then it distributes the end user load. When an end user connect, yep.
Okay, Prasanna, tell you one thing. Here EPI is as a what with sorry SID.
Yes, EP1. Yeah, yes.
EP1 is SID, and all other instances are the servers for this particular SID. No.
Yes. Yep.
The 01, 02, 03.
Yep.
Okay.
So these are running on separate hardwares. This 01 is running on one separate server. This 02 is running on a separate server. 03 is running on a separate server.
Okay.
So that whenever we want, if I feel like my users have increased, and these three servers are not able to handle the load. What I can do is I can install an additional server and I can add it to this system. One way is I can increase the CPU and memory for this server. Like if now I have like 64 CPUs and 128 GB RAM, I feel if this is not sufficient, I can increase the CPU and memory, or I can build a new server and add it as a new application server to this system. Both are possible. So here we have three servers. So initially we define a logon group and assign servers to it. So for this dialog logon group, I am assigning this